Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here, and welcome back to another video, and thankfully it's that time again. We've got another Doctor Who animation that has been released onto physical media, and as always, I thought I would take it through with you, unbox it, and give you my thoughts on it as well. And the story this time is the Patrick Troughton story, The Underwater Menace. Now, this story is never regarded in the long pantheon of Who Adventures to be necessarily a great story or, a renowned classic. It's one of the earliest Patrick Troughton stories, only his third, coming from early 1967. And episode 2 of this story is in fact the earliest surviving Troughton episode we have, so it is historical at the current time for many reasons. Now, this story has had a troubled history with physical media. For the longest time, only one episode, episode 3, existed in the archives, and then in 2011, episode 2 was discovered. We were all excited for a DVD release back then. That was meant to come in 2013. It was delayed until 2015, and the DVD release we got back then wasn't necessarily what people were hoping for. But this aims to rectify all of that. 8 years later from that original DVD release, we have this one where it has been animated. Now, it was thought last year after the Abominable Snowmen that the Doctor Who animations were going to stop, but it seems like now, by hook or by crook, they're starting up again, and I'm really glad because the chance of getting missing episodes put back into, a complete version, if you like, is really nice. So let's have a look here. So today I'll be looking at the DVD version and the Blu-Ray Steelbook. There is, of course, a standard Blu-ray release available as well. I'll explain my reasonings why I didn't get that one a bit later. But here is the DVD. Here's the slipcover it comes in as well. I love that Underwater Menace font they've used there. That feels very 60s, very of its era. You've got some of the colour artwork from the story itself, including poor Jamie, Ben and Polly being tied up. You've got the Doctor facing down Professor Zaroff, who's the rather notable villain in this story, the rather crazy villain. There's a lot of dark colours on here. I think I would have preferred some lighter tones with this adventure, or maybe a shot of the fish people or something like that, but, it works nonetheless. You can see that it is 2 discs, and here is a shot of the spine as well, which contains the title and, of course, the new Doctor Who logo, the one being used for the 60th anniversary. What? They've changed the logos again? Doctor Who fans will go into meltdown over that one. Flicking onto the back, you've got some images there from the animated reconstruction, the animated version itself, and the little blurb there, which gives you a bit about the story, and it actually tells you a bit about the history of this. At the bottom saying, the original 1967 master recording of all bar episodes 2 and 3 of The Underwater Menace were lost soon after the programme's original transmission. However, audio-only recordings of the missing 2 episodes have survived, and have been used here to create a brand new, fully animated presentation of this lost classic. And of course, you have special features as well. But the breakdown says you have episodes 1 to 4, which are animated in black and white, episodes 1 to 4, which have been animated in colour, the surviving original episodes of episodes 2 and 3, as you'd expect, photographic reconstructions of episodes 1 and 4. You've got a making of, which is carried over from the original DVD release, I believe. Original audio commentaries, Australian censored scenes, so scenes that were cut out when it was transmitted in Australia. It includes the only surviving footage from episodes 1 and 4 in particular. The Man from Midits, which is another BBC programme, which we'll touch on when we open this up. You've got the instruction from Fraser Hines, which I think was originally included via VHS, I think. And then BBC South Today report and the BBC Radio Solent piece. That is covering when episode 2 was recovered back in 2011. And you have the usual things, a photo gallery, an animation gallery, and PDF material that you can access on a computer as well. Wonderful stuff. So, let me slide off the slipcover so you can see what it looks like. Same cover, obviously, and the same information on the back. As always, though, these have reversible covers, which revert to the original DVD-style layout and artwork. So if you allow me a jump cut, I will show you what that looks like. There you go. That looks better, doesn't it? It's not to dog on the new artwork, but I know a lot of Doctor Who fans prefer the alignment on their DVD shelves. It all looks nice and uniform, so it'll be a joy to add this cover in particular to the shelf flip round like this. Now, before we look at the various booklets, this is a 2-disc release, so here is disc 1. As you can see, as mentioned, it has episodes 1 to 4, black and white, the animated version. The original episodes 2 and 3, how this works on the disc is, so if you select play all, it's going to play episodes 1 to 4 completely animated. If you want to watch, the animated episode 1, then the original episodes 2 and 3, and then back to animation, you'll have to go back to the main menu after episode 1, go on the special features, and do it that way. Some people think that's inconvenient. I'd argue that's less inconvenient than, say, swapping discs. I think this is the lesser of two evils, really, and it's just great that they've been included on there in general. And then Disc 2 has the animated episodes in colour and the full line of bonus features as well. Lovely stuff. That'll be the same, I imagine, whether you're getting this on DVD or Blu-ray. And now just to take a look here, I mean, we have the merch booklet, which, I mean, this is, I think, the same one that happened in the Season 20 box set, which we looked at a bit more in depth, so you can check that out. But it's all the usual stuff, buying Big Finish, Doctor Who magazine, vinyl, CDs, escape rooms, pin badges, all that great merchandising stuff we've come to love from Doctor Who. But now, the booklet itself, now, as always with these animated releases, they have great production notes on just the story in general, like how the story came to be, how it was written, how it was produced, directed, all that sort of stuff. It has production notes about this animation as well, which is always really nice to understand the process behind that too. It's a lot of information I think Season 2 fans, or particularly of the classic stuff, are going to know and recognise. But if you're new to Classic Who, mainly in particular, then this might be a great little resource to learn about the production of this story in general. At the back, you have the full special features breakdown. As I mentioned earlier, we've got episode reconstructions via telesnaps, you've got audio commentaries, the making of, Australian censor clips. Now, The Man from Midits, that was an interesting one. So this was a BBC Two drama that was broadcast some years prior to The Underwater Menace. It stars Patrick Troughton, who of course plays the Doctor, and Joseph First, who plays Professor Zaroff. And it has a whole bunch of other BBC actors in it as well, and ones who definitely appeared in Doctor Who. This is a cutting room floor edit. The original master no longer exists. But I really love when they do that, when they put episodes or, you know, dramas, other programs that aren't Doctor Who but have that Doctor Who link. For people like me who are fascinated about TV history and things of that nature, it's a really great inclusion. And you've got all the other stuff there, the Fraser Hines introduction, the news reports on episode 2's recovery, all that wonderfulness. And on the back there, as always, you've got the production information, who it was written by. Jeffrey Orm wrote this. The directors of both the original production and the animated production, same with producers. Script editor, incidental music, Dudley Simpson, of course, who did loads in the 70s for Doctor Who in particular. You've got the cast list, and my favourite stuff, the episode numbers. So you can see episode 1 started really strong with 8.3 million viewers, took quite a dip with episode 2 down to 7.5, then 7.1, and ultimately 7 million. So Doctor Who, you know, was still doing all right at the time. It wasn't in the slump it got to towards the end of Series 3, start of Series 4, but it, you know, 7 million? Decent. That'd be astronomical these days. So that is the full package, really. You get your 2 discs on DVD, you get your main booklet, you get your merchandise booklet. Lovely stuff. Let's have a very quick look at the Blu-ray Steelbook. Now, my reasoning for this, I get the DVD because it lines up with all the other DVDs on my shelf for Classic Who. It's nice and uniform. Why I get the Steelbook is I do like to have a copy of these animations in high definition, and the Steelbooks often have gorgeous artwork, and it just makes more sense to get that one, I think. So as you can see here, you've got a beautiful shot of the TARDIS underwater there. You've got some other folks flying around there. You've got is it Amdo, the god in the background with the glowing red eyes. You've got sharks and all that. And then on the back of it, it's more of the underwater scene, but there's a suspicious hand reaching towards where the TARDIS is. It's just really, this is sort of like the lighter colours I was talking about. I really love the aqua blues mixed in with the subtle greens there. It's a really nice image, and I love for the Blu-ray Steelbooks, for the animations, they've always gone with the theme of, you don't often see the characters on the front or like the main cast. It's more so about the TARDIS and wherever it is. We've seen that on a bunch of those animated releases, and I just think it looks great. Opening it up, as I said, it's the same contents inside. You're still getting your animated episodes in black and white and in colour. You're getting the original episodes as well, the special features. The content on the discs are exactly the same as you'd find on the standard Blu-ray and on the DVD as well. This is mainly if you want it in a lovely steelbook with this gorgeous artwork. So in terms of where you can get these from, I always get my copies from HMV. Now, the DVD copy at HMV retails for $14.99. The standard Blu-ray, if you want to get that, retails at $19.99. And the Blu-ray Steelbook retails at $29.99. Obviously, go with the version that suits you best, whether you want it on either of those 3 formats. The original Underwater Menace DVD is still available for sale at $7.99 at HMV, although, to be honest, no shade on anyone who worked on that original release, but I think now that we have this one, the 2023 version, with the animations, I really think this is the definitive release of the Underwater Menace on physical media. Really happy this has come out. Really happy that the speculative rumors that animations were starting up again turned out to be true. I do wonder what's going to come next, if there is going to be a next one. The other story mentioned in the rumor earlier this year was The Smugglers, which is the opening story of Season 4, William Hartnell's penultimate adventure as the First Doctor. Whether that comes to be true, who knows? There were always rumblings that it was going to be the Celestial Toymaker, of course tying in with the Toymaker's appearance in the 60th anniversary specials. We'll just have to wait and see, but this is a very exciting time for classic Doctor Who, particularly 60s Who, especially with the Daleks colorization and all that goodness. But I'm really glad that we have the animations back up and running again, and we have another release to add to our collections. But that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like on it. It really does help us out here. Leave your comments down below. Are you going to be grabbing this new version of the Underwater Menace? And if you are you going for the DVD, the Blu-ray, or the Blu-ray Steelbook? Let me know down below. Let me know your thoughts on the story as well. Because I must admit, when I rewatch this, and I do it where I watch the animated ones, and if surviving episodes exist, I tend to watch those. I watch it all in black and white. And this was fun. You know, it's not the greatest story ever, but it's a lot of jovial fun. The actors are clearly having a great time. I love the, absurdness of Professor Zaroff, how mad he is. It's a fun little ride. But subscribe to us here at AMTV Who if you're brand new. We'd love to have you aboard. In the meantime, I've been Adam Martin from AMTV Who. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time for another trip in the TARDIS.
Nothing in the world can stop me now!